welcome back to our channel, or welcome if you did not know. We are the Impact Fam. I'm Maya.
And I'm Alex.
And if
this is...
Oh, Jackson.
Jax.
So he was, he's 4 months. He just turned 4 months, and I guess he wanted to be a part of the video, even though we tried to keep him in his little swing. So if you see him throughout the videos, because he just didn't want to be in his swing. If you didn't already, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, share, and as I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend about us. So if you read that title, you know today we are going to talk about our birth experience 4 months later. I know, hey, I know that we did not, go into detail when we filmed. So if you hadn't checked out that blog, I think I titled it the planned C-section, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't. We do tell a little bit of our story there. We just couldn't go into as much detail because it was just so much going on.
Things are starting to kind of come down.
Yes, and I think I'm a little...
starting to sleep.
And I think I'm a little less emotional about what happened pertaining to us, having a scheduled C-section. So I'm open to talking about it 4 months later. So yeah, stick around if you want to know more about our kind of scary birth experience. So if you did not know, we also posted a video in, 2023. Unfortunately, we experienced a miscarriage, and even though we experienced one, we did want to keep trying until we finally got our baby, and we got our rainbow baby Jackson. And
it was tough.
Yeah, it was
very emotional. So
yes, it was a journey, and I was a little nervous and skeptical about even getting pregnant. I can't talk pregnant again because I didn't know if I truly wanted to try. I just didn't want to be disappointed again, but something in me still wanted to try because I know I wanted to have at least one more, because I did want one closer in age with our middle child, and it worked out. We found out we were pregnant in about, was it March? Right before I went on a cruise. And while we were overjoyed, we were also really nervous because of the scare that we had. So sometimes I'll be excited, but then there was a part of me that was like, oh, like, what if, something happens and I'm getting my hopes up for nothing? So I think the doctor was trying to keep me, yeah, you telling it? Well, we're glad you're here. But,
he is definitely giving us a picture.
He is, but the doctor that we work with was amazing, and he wanted us to basically keep our faith. He said he had a good feeling, and my husband kept the faith, my mom, and then everyone else just kept us in our prayers. We went to our first appointment, and it was April 1st. It was April 1st of last year, and I was like so nervous. I didn't even want to tell anybody until the actual appointment. Not unfortunately, but people, were kind of informed before, and that is okay, because they had to help me with certain things, so we couldn't, help but share the news. So we told them, however, we were just a little on edge, so we didn't tell them when the appointment was. So we just wanted to make sure ourselves that everything was healthy and okay. So we waited. I think only one person in our family might have known the date. Oh yeah, April 1st, and I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, this is April Fool's Day. Like, what if it just goes really, really, really bad? And it turned out it was amazing. So my heart was beating.
It's sad to say that we were just skeptical and didn't want to get our hearts.
We were.
You tread lightly with that kind of stuff, especially after our loss.
Yes. So we kept going. So some days I was like optimistic, and some days I wasn't. I could tell some days he was like very scared himself, but he was trying to reassure me that everything was going to be okay. So we just kept pushing, and we did have a few scares before, like we felt like maybe he wasn't moving. We had a few scares with that.
The phone call, I was at work.
Yeah.
It's like, he's just stopped moving.
Yeah.
And it was enough to get me to a point where I was like, I had to stop what I was doing at work, get to a spot, talk to my wife, calm her down, just sit and relax. If we don't see no difference, we'll go. I'll leave work and we'll go to the hospital. Yeah.
So my mom, like I said, she's great. If I don't say that before, she's amazing with keeping me calm and being positive. So she just said, hey, just like relax, maybe drink something cold. It turns out he was asleep, so he moved. He just gave us quite the scare. I also had a few scares as far as like contractions, and they checked me, and I think I had heart palpitations And excuse him coughing. He does have he's getting over a little cold. So I experienced heart palpitations, and it was very scary. And I was nervous. I was like, okay, I know I'm a little bit older. What if I have pressure issues? I know people have blood pressure issues at all ages. I just know that my body may have been a little bit different than it was like in my 20s, because that's when we had our first one together. And yeah, I was just a little bit nervous about being pregnant in my 30s, but obviously it turned out great. Now at this point, I already know for previous issues that I probably won't discuss, we ended up having, well, he ended up basically saying in so many words that they suggested a scheduled C-section. He gave me the option, my doctor, by the way, and he basically said, he was honest with me. He said, listen, you had a C-section before. If you want to go the route and do a VBAC, I'm okay with that, but just know that they won't allow me to induce you because you had a C-section before. So we basically said, okay, well, just whatever, schedule C-section, that's okay. I just want to meet this baby. So a week before, we had an appointment, because we hadn't, like, it gets to the point you have an appointment like once a month, and then every 2 weeks.
It was every
2 weeks.
It almost felt like it was like half of what a normal.
Yes. Yeah. So, and not to mention, we did have a couple of extra scans because I was scared, and because he just wanted to make sure, since we had a miscarriage before, like everything was okay. So we did that. And I think on our last one in the office, he noticed, I believe that he said he was like kind of breached. I believe
yeah, he did say he was breached.
Yeah, so he made us, I don't mean to talk over him, I'm sorry.
No, I think it was around 38 or 37 weeks.
Yes. So he was quiet. I think I have the video footage of it. I may insert it if it's not like too long. But the doctor basically was really quiet. So of course I'm already on edge because of my previous experiences. And he's very quiet, and he's like, studying. So I'm like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, everything is fine. I just noticed that he's turned a certain way, and we just want to, make sure that when you have surgery, oh my God, surgery, when you have surgery,
he was a good doctor.
Yes.
He didn't want to scare us or anything.
Yes.
It was a potential risk, but it's not to the point where it's like, yeah, there's something I seen. And I know y'all lost somebody. I don't want y'all to be like, oh my God, no.
Yes. So he was always, like I said, he did a great job at always reassuring us. He was just trying to study to make sure he made the incision in the correct place. I know I was told by someone if you cut wrong that you can hemorrhage. I don't know if that's why he was like concerned. I'm not sure. Not a medical professional, so I can't tell you that. But I just know he just wanted to make sure everything was, completely fine. So fast forward to the week. Well, not the week, the actual day. We're already all over the place trying to get stuff ready for him, because when I tell you we had so much going on, it felt like we did not have time to prepare because we were doing 50 different things.
The night before was like, felt like a damn job.
Yes, I know we
was getting ready.
Yeah.
We had to clean the house, get everything ready for the baby, the cars, car seats installed, make sure everything was adequate.
Yeah.
And it was still even a chore trying to get any kind of sleep.
Yeah, I think we went with our sister-in-law and nephew, and then our kids. We went to a Mexican restaurant just to relax before and then celebrate, new life.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we were trying to do many things to keep our minds off how nervous we were. And the night before, like you said, we didn't get sleep. I don't know how many hours of sleep he got. I know I got like 30 minutes, because by the time I fell asleep, my mom called and said she was on the way here to sit with the other kids. So
it was probably about 2-3 hours for me. And
yeah,
I think you
30 minutes for me.
you had a lot of broken sleep.
It was horrible. So when what was it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was very concerning because you were going like on and off.
Yeah.
Into your sleep.
Yeah. So I think we arrived, because in the video we tell you guys that we arrived in the hospital, and it's funny because I'm wearing the exact same dress, but we arrived in the hospital at 7 o'clock, and the nurse preps us and everything like that. We get to sit in a little room, and I freak out, not gonna lie, because I hear women screaming giving birth, because we were on like the, what do they call it? I think it's like the labor labor and delivery section or labor. I don't know.
Everything happens so fast.
Yes, it's a section where people are having their baby. So I'm already nervous, and I'm hearing this lady like screaming to the top of her lungs after she has a baby.
It sounded like she was actually delivering.
Yeah, so that was pretty scary. So I was like, ooh. So like to me, I feel like the time went by so fast because I was like, oh, we get there at 7. He said my surgery is not till 9 o'clock, so it's gonna be forever. When I say it went by so fast, it went by so fast. I think we watched a few shows in the room to keep us occupied. We talked to the nurse a little bit.
We finally got in, got checked in. They
Yeah.
laid you down. You got into your garment. I finally laid everything down, like the stuff that we were gonna need, because we anticipated being there for like what, 3 days.
Yeah.
And but it was probably like maybe a show and a half of Futurama. I was like, come on, you're ready.
Yes.
The doctor was already there. It's like,
Yes.
wait a minute, it's not even 9 o'clock yet.
Yes, because I think he just took, we did one more. It wasn't a 3D or 4D ultrasound. He just took like a regular ultrasound before, just to see what position he was in. And the funny thing is, on the day of the C-section, they said I started to show signs of him coming, because I know they said he had started to try to turn a little bit, and I was having contractions. So all of it was just crazy.
And everything was just set up right.
Yes. Yeah.
The way the doctor was like, okay, let's do this. We got this.
Which is completely different, because for our previous baby that we had, the middle child, we did not expect to have a C-section, so it ended up being way different. And I thought maybe because it was a planned C-section, my nerves would be a little bit better. Terrible, actually.
After what we had experienced.
Yes.
We were on edge until he was in our arms.
Yeah.
Healthy, safe, no problems.
Yeah.
That's just the only way we would feel right.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, something else occurred. Oh, okay. So basically, if you're familiar with the C-section, you know that they prep you. You go to the room, you meet with the anesthesiologist, and oh my goodness, I was stuck with a needle in my back, and they tell you not to move. And did I move after? I think I did.
I wasn't there. They took you.
Oh, that's true. He couldn't come back later.
And you gotta remember, this was your second time.
Yes.
Because Josiah, he was also a C-section.
Yeah.
And that one was fast.
That was
It was
fast.
like, whoa, they took you out. You was gone.
Yeah. So I think I was nervous to begin with. I think I had anxiety the whole pregnancy, to the point they were even offering me maybe Zoloft or something like that. And I just didn't know the side effects with the baby, so I opted against it. But just know I was very much
you were on edge.
I was on edge. And like I said, they stuck me with the needle, and it was like a shock because there was so much pain. And after that, I definitely started panicking. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I can't breathe. And the nurse was calming me down. She said, your breathing is fine. Everything is fine. Your heart rate is, doing good. Just like relax. So she's trying to, talk me. She's trying to talk me off the edge, because I was panicking.
They're trying to keep you on point, because I was no help either, because I was already on edge myself.
Oh no, you did great. But I wanted so badly, I wanted to be like, can y'all just put me to sleep? That's how panicked I was. I don't know if they could do that. I wasn't sure, but I was literally begging and like, please, I really want you. I wanted to beg so bad, just put me to sleep, please. But I was awake, and I do remember eventually somehow calming down. And the next thing you know, I remember my baby, like they were trying to show him to calm down. They was trying to show him to me to keep me calm, and he was just there with his little bright eyes, just looking back at me. He wasn't crying or anything. He just looked like, okay, what is going on here? So
he came out like a little soldier.
Yeah. So
he cried, but not that much. They weighed him, they checked him, checked his vitals. Boom, boom, boom. Was very quiet. It was Maya that what it was I was worried about. So the whole scenario was pretty tough on her.
Well, I probably would let him take over from here, because when I tell you it was so scary, I basically blanked out. I remember being in and out of consciousness. So I think they were trying to keep me alert, and I don't remember anything until basically we got back to our actual room. So I'll let you take over and say, tell your part of what happened.
That was an ordeal, because with Josiah, as soon as they had him out. I'm sorry, man. Are you okay? as soon as they had JoJo, you know, I felt like it was just really quick. They checked his weight, checked him,
Yeah.
and you know, he was going towards NICU for, I guess, what was it, his breathing?
Yes.
With Jackson, I stayed with him the whole time, and there he seemed like he was doing phenomenal. But it was like, hey, you know, we gotta, you know, work on your wife's, you know, you were tying her tubes, but we gotta do something. So it felt like me and Jackson just got booted out. We got back into the room, which when they checked him, he was doing great. Slept the whole time. I was pacing back and forth, just waiting for my wife to come back to the room. I was like, man, this is taking a lot longer than what I'm used to. So it's like, I felt like I was at the doorway waiting for her to come by more than I was aware that the baby was there. And I feel bad about that. But, you know, he took it like a champ, you know, very calm, very quiet. When he's hungry, though, he'll lick. That's when you see his bad side.
Yeah, but other than that, other than being feisty, he's always kind of been like that for the past even 4 months. And I do remember feeling better after I was finally like more alert. And he basically, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I think what happened was the nurse comes in and she, you know, checks me and she's like, hey, we got to check you. Your numbers are so close to, like, you know, the numbers of a person that's hemorrhaging. And I was like, wait. So I guess they didn't tell me that at the time to keep me from panicking.
I was too stressed. I had no idea what they were talking about. It didn't make sense until they had you like sign a form about the whole the blood clotting and possibly getting what, like blood loss, like blood transfusions. Yeah. I was like, whoa, wait, what? You were on that margin.
Yes. So it was so scary. So I'm just so thankful, you know, that we both made it, because that was my main concern. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, during my whole pregnancy, I was just praying, like, please let us, you know, make it. I want to come home to all of my children. I want the baby to come home to us, because I know a lot of times we just assume that every woman is gonna come back after giving birth, but unfortunately that's not always the case. So I did not take that lightly at all.
Neither did I. I'm standing by the door. I'm like, where's my wife? It's like been way over an hour after, you know, we've had the baby, the C-section, and it was like out of the norm for me. So I was very happy to see her come through. And how long did you say we was at the hospital?
We stayed 3 days.
Enough for them to take your staples?
Yes, because that Friday, I think I talked about it in the video, we did end up getting the staples removed there instead of at the doctor like we did last time. So it was great. But I will say that I had an amazing team behind me. My family was supportive. The staff at our hospital we delivered at was amazing as well. So I'm thankful. The doctor was amazing. Great. He delivered.
I gotta say the doctor was great.
He was great. He delivered our middle child as well. So what's wrong, baby? So we're just, like I said, we're thankful we had an amazing team that took great care of me and Jackson. All Jackson says thank you too. So I will say, all in all, because at first I think my husband was kind of wanting to try for a girl, but I would say that changed his perspective about me having more kids. And that solidified it for me. I know we had decided I was going to get a tubal ligation, so we did just that. And I definitely decided, like, yeah, that's a wrap for me. I had too much of a scare. He was scared, so we definitely decided no more kids.
The way that I see it, you know, as much as I would have liked, because I had boys. As much as I would have liked to have had a daughter, it was very scary, the whole scenario and everything that we had to go through. And then especially experience, you know, previous loss too for Jackson. I'm very well aware that one of my boys may give me a granddaughter. You know, I'll be looking forward to that. And my sons, you know, I'm going to try to raise them right. So I'm happy that I have healthy children and a healthy spouse, and that everybody came home safe. You know, and when we did come home, we came home to a nice Mexican.
Oh yeah, his mom came from California.
My mom flew out here, and my sister helped.
So it was amazing.
And, you know, my brother was here. My whole family was pretty much at our household, ready to welcome the new addition to the family.
Yeah, so they made it so much better. They helped us with our children. So shout out to family on both sides. They were, like I said, they were all supportive, from visits to the hospital, making sure our kids were good.
Everybody gave us love, from her parents, to her sister,
Yep.
to my sister, my brother, my mom, my sister. I'm sorry, my
Sisters, cause yeah.
and my brother and my mom. So just everybody did right. We all came together. So.
Yeah. So I think that sums up, because we feel like we talked longer than we intended to, but I think that sums up, you know, our experience more in depth than before in the video that we posted, you know, on the actual day. And I just want to thank you guys for, right now we have about 169 subscribers.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. We're so, you know, happy. We're still trying to grow. We have different content ideas coming out that include travel. Like I said, I think I stated that in our previous video, and we're so excited. We hope we continue to grow. And like I said in the beginning, if you didn't forget, I'm sorry, if you hadn't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your oh baby.
He's ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, we're so sorry, baby. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that when we do post, you guys are notified. And like I said, I think that's about it for us. We will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. You got anything you want to say to them, baby?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all I gotta say. Say hi.
Say hi. And Jackson said don't forget to like and subscribe. Yay. He says thank you for watching. But we will see you in the next video. We love you guys, and we will see you soon. Bye.